All right, welcome back to ROI Live in 5 minutes, one fix, three times results. I am back with our Director of Consulting, Jerica Contos, today, and we are going to talk a little bit about a delegation hack. This is definitely something that'll bring more accountability to you and also your team. So, Jerica, what are we into today? Tell us a little bit about this.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is one of my favorite hacks as a leader, but also just as a person who has to handle a lot of different things and has to have a high capacity. So I call it my either my waiting from list or my delegated list. And so basically, anytime I ask somebody to do something, I keep a little running list of what that is. And then I set the due date for the task for like the day or two before when I asked them I needed it. So that way I can ask them in advance if they're going to have it done. So
Yeah.
that what that does is it basically just adds like an extra layer of accountability because one of the things that happens as leaders is we end up moving so fast and we just like spray tasks and projects and things like all over our teams.
Yeah.
And then we don't actually hold them accountable and our teams learn that really quickly. They
Right.
learn really quickly like, oh, this person asked me to do this thing and then I was able to let it fall through the cracks or not complete it, and that may be a subconscious or conscious thought that they have, right? But it
Absolutely.
becomes learned that this person's never going to ask me about this thing that I said I was going to do.
Yeah,
Um,
when you were telling me about this, I felt like so convicted by it. Like
yeah,
because honestly, I think like we all get busy. We have to be in our
totally.
business. That whirlwind can consume you sometimes. And sometimes you don't really organize the on the business things that are actually going to drive you forward. So how does this work? How do you do it? How do
Yeah.
you create that list? Tell me just more about the
Totally.
how.
So it could be simple, like as in whatever you're using for your to track your daily tasks, whatever that is. Could be Google Tasks, it could be in your CRM, it could be an app like Todoist. I'm a Todoist like super freak. So mine is in my Todoist. But basically what you're gonna do is you just create your own code. I put WF, which stands for waiting from, so whatever the task is, so I can sort by the name of the task,
Hmm.
and all the tasks that I have to follow up on are right at the top of my list, and I can just quickly blast through. I actually do this while I drink my coffee in the morning. I schedule send my texts and I schedule send my emails for all the things that I'm waiting from people, just to be like, hey, just checking in to make sure you're going to get X, Y, and Z over to me. Or, oh, just you said you were going to send, ABC to me. Just wanted to check in and see if it's still coming today. So things like that that keep you one step ahead of your team and will
Yeah.
really reduce the amount of things that fall through the cracks and increase accountability because people know that you're serious when you send something to them to do.
Yeah. Yeah. To do is super freak. That was a Rick James song or something, I think, right? I like that.
That's gonna be on like my gravestone.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, this is just something again. I think that so just I always think about personalities that we work with, business
Yeah,
owners. Like this is unnatural to us to do this, but
totally.
you could see we do care about efficiency. Sometimes we are moving so quickly that we think we forget that this is an easy way to do something like this. So, tell me just a little bit more about what's the ROI on something like this. What
Yeah,
would you expect ROI from your team, ROI
yeah,
on your time? Tell us about that.
totally. Well, it's funny because this is one of those like silly things that takes like less than 10 seconds for you to put into your system and probably less than 15 minutes for you to look at every single day. So like the time investment from your perspective is like very, very, very small, but the return that you get is like kind of unlimited, right? Because you're
Yeah.
getting things that you need on time. You're pushing your business forward because the most important things are being tracked and they're being tracked in a way to make sure that they're getting done. And you're building that culture of accountability, which again is going to have that performance on the back end that's going to get you the results that you're looking for.
Yeah, the word that came to mind for me just as you were talking about this, especially for you or for yourself and your team, like you have to get in a good rhythm. Like that pace, that cadence is really important. That leads to, if you don't have that, a lot of people problems. So I love this idea of just keeping everybody, not meaning this to be literal or figurative, but like on the same page. Like you
Yeah,
literally have a page where you're looking at that. So it's a
yeah.
very cool idea. Any last thoughts on this before we hop off today?
No, have fun with
Awesome.
it.
All right. Thanks, Jerica.